Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I am the Inconsequential Runner. We are joined here with Coach Mark. Hello, Coach Mark.
Oh, hi, Darcy. How are you?
I am going great. We have a burning question for you to answer to help us as runners. And this one's, I suppose, to do with our mental state a little bit. Coach Mark, often it's probably the most common problem for runners, and that is we start too fast in races. Even when we tell ourselves not to, we do. Even though we've done it 50 times before and we promise we will never do it again, we do. Coach Mark, why is it so common that we start so fast in races? And the second part, and we'll get to this a little bit later, what can we do about it? Coach Mark, yeah, what do you think? What does your experience tell us?
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, often you hear runners recapping a race. It's very, very rare you hear someone say, I wish I started faster. It's quite rare you hear that. It's normally the other way around, But we do it again and again and again often.
Yeah.
Now there are I think there's really only one occasion where you should start deliberately fast, and that is if you're in a competitive situation and you think that you're better than everyone else, or at least the equal of the top people, and you see this in elite races. And the other thing is that you are confident that you had more fitness than other people. So right. there might be someone who you're racing against who you think, if they've probably got more speed than me, but if I start deliberately faster, and I've trained to do this, so I'm not just doing this on the fly, we're both going to suffer, but he's going to suffer more than I am.
Oh, yeah.
Or you can just use a bluff tactic. It is a bit of a bluff tactic where you just take off deliberately fast and just get out of sight, out of mind. And again, you're relying on the fact that people are thinking, oh, Darcy's the guy to beat. Oh, sure enough, he's taken off and well, I'm running for second now. So he's gone. And then you're happy. You can then probably ease off a little bit, and know that you've got it won. But this is very rare, you see. So this doesn't apply to most of us. And this comes with a lot of confidence. You have to have a lot of confidence to do that. Now, most of us who make the same, start too fast, it's the exact opposite. It signifies a lack of confidence. We basically are not confident that we can, one, maintain our pace or increase our pace later. So we think we need to build in some sort of cushion, get a bit of a cushion. So run the first half faster than I know, because I know I'm going to slow down, but I might still come in under my my best time or whatever. This very rarely works, and if it does work, then you could, if you'd run a better pace, it would have worked better, I would argue. The other thing is people do this because they just have a total lack of awareness of what their pace should be. So they pretty much running as they feel, and we generally feel very good at the start. If you've done
everyone feels good at the start.
Feels effortless, doesn't
it?
Yeah. And by the time it starts feeling hard, the damage has probably been done. Yeah. That's the problem there. And linked to that one is you get caught up in excitement of the whole thing. So you're feeling good. There's a real buzz, adrenaline flowing through. You can't wait to get started. The gun goes and you take off fast.
Yeah.
And you have this kind of almost like, well, today might be the day. It might be the day, but it's unlikely.
Yep.
Again, unless it's something you've done in training. So that's pretty much the reasons why we start too far. Lack of confidence is what it all comes around to. Lack of confidence and lack of awareness of what our pace should be.
I'm guessing if it is your day, then you don't have to discover that in the first kilometer of your 10K or your half marathon.
No.
You can discover that it's your day with 6K or 5K
Yes.
to go, sort of thing, you know, especially in 5K and a 10K race, you know, make those decisions then. But okay, so what can we do? So and so that's, I suppose, talking to, you know, be patient. You'll have time. Don't burn all your candles or, you know, burn all your matches at the start. You touched on something in terms of knowing your pace, and I wonder if that's one of the mitigating factors. Then knowing your pace, what pace you should start at, and being really disciplined about sticking to your pace. And with GPS watches, they'll help you with that. So the question I've got for you, Coach Mark, is it a case of knowing your pace and strictly adhering to that pace that you watch, no matter how you feel? Because we all do feel great at the start. We all feel great. What we're trying to stop is the feeling that we feel absolutely trashed at the 10K mark in a half marathon, or the 10K mark in a marathon, because at that point you're cooked, right? So it's a case of knowing your pace, and no matter how good you're feeling, to stick strictly to it, at least for the first quarter or something of a race. Well, what would be?
Yes, yeah, I think so. I think so. You can assess things after the first quarter of the race, and then if you really are feeling good, you can up it then, and you've lost nothing, have you? Because if you're running the right pace, then you're running the pace that you think you'll run to the finish anyway, and then you can increase that. But again, this comes down to so confidence that you can do that, and awareness. So that this all falls back to training and experience from racing. Yeah. So the more races you do, the more you gain confidence and awareness of what your pace is, and in your training as well, because you should be familiar with the pace that you need to run.
Yeah.
And you can also you know, in your warm up, you do your stride outs, which I've talked about before.
Yeah, you talked about that in another video. Yeah, go on.
And one of the main benefits of that is it hones and locks in your starting pace. So you go, this is going to be my starting pace. I'm going to run no quicker than this in my stride out. Gun goes, that's my starting pace. I'm going to run off at exactly that same pace. Forget all the people around me. That's the pace I'm going to start, because I know that's the right pace for me. And then I can reassess once I'm away.
Perfect.
You're a bit more rational as well once you've been going about a quarter of the event. You're thinking more rationally, thinking more realistically.
Yeah,
where you're at.
Adrenaline definitely affects the cognitive process.
Yeah, you think I could when the gun goes, and maybe I could sprint for 5K. You never know, might come off. And the other thing is really, so in training, what I get a lot of people do, I get people doing reps where the second half, say, of the session, they speed up. So they run it, and that might be because the reps are shorter.
Yep.
They maybe do some 5-minute reps, and then some 3-minute reps, and then a couple of say 1-minute reps at the end, so that they actually get used to, in their mind, of starting at a pace and getting quicker as the session goes on.
Okay.
That then sticks with you in a race. You have that same mindset. You're confident that you're running at a pace. You're not thinking, I don't think I can speed up. You think, well, I know I can speed up because I do this in training sessions.
Nice.
I can up the tempo when I need to. So I'm pretty happy and confident trucking along at this pace at the moment.
Nice. Okay. And I have seen that in the training sessions you've built me, Coach Mark, and I like the logic. I like the thinking behind that. That's really cool. So look, I think, thank you for those insights. That's really cool. Because so many of us are sort of just go a bit crazy at the start, because you just feel so good and you're so pumped, and you want to see what time you're going to get, and you want to see the time you're going to get so much that you go crazy at the start to get to the finish line to see the time, all this crazy stuff. Anyway, the stuff about the strides, knowing the pace that you need to go at, using your watch to monitor your pace and stick with it, and at the quarter mark, So don't do anything crazy, but you suggested to us revisit it at the earliest at the quarter mark, and then see how you're going and make decisions from there and be patient. In terms of the plans, so that's a great way to finish it, I think. Thank you, Coach Mark. And I talked about, and you talked about the programs that you build in terms of making that session progressively faster over the reps, though the reps might be a bit shorter. So training your body to be able to go faster and faster. So if anyone wants a program from you, what I will say is Coach Mark's details are in the show notes. So that little drop-down box under the video you're watching now, Coach Mark's details are in there. So drop Coach Mark an email and get in touch, especially if you want Coach Mark to build a plan for you. You can't go wrong. Coach Mark, thank you so much. We'll catch up in the next one. Any idea what we're talking about on the next one?
It's what you might pack in, what take with you in a race for a race day. What are the sort of things you put in your bag?
Oh, okay. This is good. This is good because I know from earlier experience, I kept coming across a whole bunch of things that I'd forgotten. So it's only been through years of experience, I've had some sort of idea what to put in my race bag, but it's really good to cover that off nice and early. I've now got a checklist I go through. So let's compare notes for the next one. What to have in your race bag on race day. Catch up with you in the next one. Thank you so much, Coach Mark. For those that are watching, thank you for making it to the end of the video. If you want to stay in the loop, click on subscribe and you'll be notified when the next video pops up. And of course, if you like this video, it's free to express that. Click the like button. It does us a world of favors. You know that. Thank you so much. That'll be great payback. Take care, everybody. Catch you in the next one. See you, Coach Mark.
Cheers.